Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be products or makeup products that I've changed my mind about. And what I mean by that is maybe a month ago I loved this product and now I just absolutely hate it for whatever reason that may be, and I'll let you guys know. Or maybe I hated the product to begin with, but now I'm like in love with it, you know what I mean? So that's what this video is going to be about. I have a decent amount of products. Do you guys like my hair? I'm trying to think if it was like the 80s, the 90s, the 70s where girls used to wear this all the time. Why isn't it still in style? Because I really freaking like it. I don't know why, but it's just nice. I don't know. And it matches my sweater, so why not? Okay, so anyways, let's go ahead and get started. No particular order really, but first thing is this. This is the Faced Hangover Rx. If you watched me a couple months back, I used to use this non-stop. I would take it with me traveling, everything. And I always used to say I hated the smell because I'm not a big fan of coconut. It's just not, okay. Some coconut smelling things smell good, but this, but that's not why. I kept on using it even though I hated the scent of it. But I had realized, and I was using this foundation with it. Using my Makeup Forever Fit Me, which I had used way before I started using this. And, oh, by the way, this is supposed to help with, like, nourishing your skin, you know, moisturizing it and everything, which I have super dry skin, so this, you know, I'm like, okay, gotta get it. So I would use it with this foundation because I think this was the only one I basically owned at that time. Oh, excuse my nails, by the way. I haven't gotten a chance to paint them yet. So let's go with that. Anyway, so it never did this to me before, and it was so weird. I would apply the primer, apply my foundation, and then it was always right here on this area of my face. You know how, like, when something balls up, you know what I mean? Like, if you remember that game when you were a kid, like, cut your hair, put it in the box, blah, blah, and then you roll your hands together, like, it's like, and really it's just your dirt that's on your hands, which is really nasty. Sorry about the dog barking if you can hear that. I really need to get a mic for this camera. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so, if you remember that, then, that's basically not, it didn't look like dirt. It was like foundation balling up. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, what the heck? This foundation has never done this to me before. And I hadn't realized. I just kept on using it. I would just brush it away because it, you know, it didn't like, I don't know, it just came right off, whatever. So I didn't realize until later on. I just said, okay, I'm not going to use this, you know, this primer one day. And then with that same foundation, and I realized it didn't do that. I have not heard anyone say that this product does that to them, so I don't know if it's just my skin type, even though most people have dry skin that use this, and I've never heard anyone say that about this product. Whether I got a defective one or what the hell is happening, I don't know. And it's not like I used another primer with this. This was it, you know? So, I don't know. I liked it, like, for other places on my skin, but, no. Okay, the next thing is another primer. Actually I have two, just for not really saying that I don't like either of them, just saying this in particular. This is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless, and then this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, the pore minimizing one. Okay. Again, if you watch way back, not way back, but, you know, a little while ago, I used to use these almost every time I did my makeup. Whether it was off camera or whether it was on camera, whatever, I would use these. Either one, whatever. And they're both obviously for filling in your pores. They don't work. They don't work. I don't know why I kept on using them. I don't know if I just want to, like, use it up because, even though it's a sample size. I don't know. I would, okay, I have no brain. What else? So, it's just, the Too Faced one is just, you know, skin tone colored. So is the, you can't see it. So is the Smashbox, but they definitely feel silicone-y, both of them. They don't work. they just don't work. Okay, that's all I have to say. I would put on my foundation, and usually I'd put it right here to help fill in my smile lines and on my pores. I don't have huge pores, but you know. And like a normal day, maybe 4 or 5 hours in, I would have a smile, you know, all my foundation would be in the creases of my smile line when I wore this and when I didn't. So I just don't believe in some of these primers, honestly. I wish I did, because, you know, I would like something to help with my smile lines with these two. And I tried the Benefit. Why are you hosing something right now, lady? I don't know if you can hear that. There's an airplane going by, sorry. So I also used the Benefit Professional a little while ago, but that broke me out, so I stopped using that, and I didn't really get a chance to see if it works or not. But these two, I'm sorry, just do not work, at least for me, you know. Okay, next thing, I guess I'd mention this. It's kind of a 2-in-1 sort of thing. If you guys have seen my recent tutorials, again, I've been using this Bare Minerals product like crazy. At first, when I first got it, I loved it. I was like, oh my god, this is like fantastic, like what the hell. And then I started to hate it. I'm like, wow, this is really, like, when I loved it, I would feel underneath my eyes and it's so smooth and everything. And then I don't know what happened, if I just you know, I think it was too cakey looking, and I think I realized I was putting on too much. So recently I've been using it again with my e.l.f. small tapered brush. This stuff is amazing, you guys. It's very pink toned, but once you put it underneath the eyes, it's not like, whoa, it's just like pink under eyes. What the hell? No. It's just, it blends into my skin really nicely. This seriously makes your under eyes super. This seriously makes your under eyes super smooth. It's like ridiculous. Like if you just feel them, it's crazy. I have pretty big bags underneath my eyes, whether I get enough sleep, whether I don't, whatever the case may be. I just have them. They're there, you know. Genetic. My mom has, like, I hope she's not watching this, but she has pretty bad bags underneath her eyes too. And this smooths them out. I mean, you can see not a ton, but a good amount, and I really freaking like this. It helps with the creasing. It is a great setting powder. Highly recommend this. But if you're dark skin tone, like really dark, I don't think this will work, just because, you know, it is pretty pale, so you'd have to find something else to try. Okay, then this, which is a, you know, little sponge. I got them at Walmart. I got this, like, what is it, 32 pack for like $2, maybe not even. I just used this today, that's why it's dirty, but I usually only use it like twice and then get rid of it. I really like this for underneath the eye, and I'm not using it to bake. I don't like the baking technique at all. I've tried it. It just don't look good on me because I'm so dry. My face looks even more cakey and dry. So I want to have a luminous glow, you know, obvi. So I don't like doing that whole baking technique. I just like to take a normal amount of that powder and just apply it underneath the eye. And this has a perfect, like, dip in it, so it, like, literally fits right underneath the eye. You see that? So you can get super up close. It's perfect. If you do like to bake, I know a lot of people recommend using a sponge like this, so get them at Walmart. They're super cheap. Okay, next thing, I guess we'll stay on face stuff. I have 2 highlighters. Oh, by the way, I didn't like this at first because I would bake with it. I would, like, apply a ton, and then now I recently just, you know, toned it down. I don't like the baking technique. Okay, I mentioned this a couple times. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. Quickly, I want to say, so you guys aren't like, well, she's been lying to us this whole time. I've mentioned, you know, especially these right here, these 3 products. I've mentioned them before. I said I love them. They're in favorites video. They're amazing. But just because I said that and now I don't like them doesn't mean that I was lying to you guys that I did like them at one point. Not to, like, get, you know, the company. No, nothing like that with these products. Just saying I realized something with this and I realized something with this. At first I thought I really liked these, like they actually are working, but then I realized no, they're not. So you understand? I hope you don't think I was lying to you when I said I love those products. So, you know, my face changes, my brain I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and Luminous Light. I've mentioned this before. I think I hated this when I first got it. It is what, 60, it's either in the 40 range or 60 range for the price tag, which is kind of ridiculous if you really think about it. Like, how much are you getting here? 0.35 ounces. Again, this is in Luminous Light. I was like, actually, I really didn't spend that much, and then when I got it, I hated it. And I mentioned this before, I would use it with my e.l.f. Small tapered brush, which is what I would normally use for highlighting. And the thing with this is it has glitter in it, and usually for a highlight, I like to have something that is more of a sheen and not chunks of glitter in it. So this definitely has glitter in it. So I would apply it with that brush, which is a thicker, not thicker, it's a denser brush. You guys have seen me use it to set my under eyes a ton. So whenever I would take this, you know, tap off the excess, go in, and then by like an hour in, all you see is glitter everywhere all over my face. Not even any color, you know what I mean? Just a bunch of glitter. So I tucked this away for a while. I didn't use it for a couple months, and then I got the Morphe M310 brush. Of course, there's an airplane flying. Okay, then I got the Morphe M310 brush, which is a beautiful fan brush. Again, you see me using a ton of tutorials, and it's a more, you know, a fan brush is usually lighter and just fluffier than something like a tapered brush would be. So when I would take this product, knock off the excess like I always do with anything, and then apply it, it would apply the glitter and the color, and not an hour in would I only have glitter. It would be glitter or color. You know what do you know what I mean? So I really freaking love this highlighter now, and when you look at it or swatch it, it just looks kind of like a face powder with some glitter in it, but it is fabulous. It's not what I'm wearing right now. I guess I should have wore it right now, but yeah. Okay, next thing is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. A lot of people have talked about this before. This is not a bronzer, first off. It is broken, so I have to be a little bit careful. It's not a bronzer, it is a highlighter. This is perfect for people who like, oh gosh, who like highlighting, but are not a big fan of like a super intense highlight. Like, this isn't super intense, but you know, yeah, you know, you just like a pretty natural highlight. This is very natural. When you just look at it on your finger with the swatch or inside the product, again, it just looks like a face powder. But once you apply it to the cheeks, it just, I don't know, it has illumination in it. You still can't really tell on my hand, but it's really, really nice. So if you're looking for a natural highlight, at first I hated this because I'm like, alright, it looks like face powder. But then whenever I want like a natural highlight that day, whether I'm wearing super glam makeup or super minimal makeup, I will reach for this. I really, really like it. It's nice. It's nice. Okay, moving on. I'm trying to get through this quickly. Next two things. Alright, this is the Ulta Brow Tints in medium and light. I mentioned these in a favorites video. And I mentioned you have to take it off, but the stopper that they have in here does not work for crap. It's not very good. So what you have to do, I mentioned, is take it and wipe it onto a towel to get off all the extra product. I don't like this anymore at all. I think it's too time consuming to do that, especially if you're like in a rush, which some people like to use this when they don't have a lot of time to go ahead and like fill in the brows super intense like they usually do. They just like to, you know, pop this in the brow and that's it. You can't do it with this. It doesn't look natural at all. Even when I take off the extra, I don't know how I used to do it. I don't know if it even used to look good, but lately I have been, you know, trying to make this work. Like, come on, let's make you work for, because I have two of you, you know. No, it's just a total dud. I don't know why I even mentioned that I like these. I think it was kind of like I said, a love-hate relationship. Hate. Yeah, I figured it out. I don't like them at all. Okay, next is just mascara in general. This one especially, this is Maybelline Mega Plush. lately with Maybelline mascaras, I feel like they're not very good when you first get them, but I like a more drier formula. A lot of Maybelline mascaras are always so wet formula that I have to let them dry out for a couple months before I can even use them. So this one, I hated this one at first, and I had it before, and I was like, why the heck do I hate it so much? I used to love it. That's because I let it dry out, and now it is really good. It makes your lashes super fluffy, but it can get a little clumpy. I will link my last video down below, which was a tutorial, and I use this in it, and you see that I use the CoverGirl Clump Crusher with it too, because it does give off a little bit of clumps, but it is a really nice, let me show you the brush. It is a really nice, what's that called? Mascara. Okay, now the next thing is kind of just like in general, dark or brighter, not like dark vampy lip colors. These aren't that like vampy or anything. So I have Nars, Cruella, Melted Too Faced, and Melted Fig, and then Buxom Menace, which I was gonna wear this today because I'm like, I really want to go for a super bold lip, you know, to really, you know, get into the fall, or not fall. Well, it's still fall technically, so yes, fall spirit. But I could not apply this freaking color. I tried 4 times for the life of me. It was getting all over the place. It was just not good. So I really do like this though, but what I'm trying to say is I did not like dark lip colors at first. And again, these aren't that dark, but let me swatch them, I guess. See, they're all like dark, but not like intense to where I'm like, I feel like, what's that word? I don't know. Where I just feel like I don't fit in with these lip colors. And then another thing would be matte lip colors. I used to hate matte lip colors. I'm like, why do you want to wear a matte lip? That looks so stupid. And my lips are way too dry to be wearing matte lipsticks. But recently, not recently, within, you know, a couple months, I've been obsessed with matte lips, especially because, you know, I have a boyfriend, and my favorite part about makeup is probably the lip, honestly. So I really like to wear lip colors whenever I get the chance. And I couldn't really, because my whole collection of lip products was usually like glossy finish, because I couldn't find that great matte color that didn't show my dryness on my lips. So not just this one in general, there's a couple of brands that make really good matte lip colors. If you want me to do a video on my favorite matte formula lip products, then let me know. I definitely will do that. But just to mention, this is the L'Oreal La Matte in She So Matte. The formula of these are so good. It's what I'm wearing right now. It's very fall appropriate. It's very you know, warm tone, and I really built it up today. So on the bottom there. Seriously though, this formula is, it's incredible. It is so, it feels like you're putting on a lip gloss, but it's matte. It's perfect. And it doesn't transfer after like an hour of it drying. That was my entire video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. You will see this outfit in another video after this. I'm sorry about that, but I don't have time to film another video another day or change because I'm so freaking hungry and I need to go eat something. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.